everyone. Welcome to another interesting episode of Munchies and Thoughts. My name is Phathanani and I am your chef. Today I'm joined by a handsome man, beautiful woman, darlings. Please introduce yourself. Who are you, where you from, and what's special about you? And he will do the same.
Sanbona, igama lami uSinethemba uNombala wakaMakhanya. I come from KZN, Hammarsdale, elokishini laseHammarsdale, but I've lived in Johannesburg for about 7 years manje. Ngugogo, ngumkhulu, ngiyabona, ngiyaboniswa, ngiyalapha. I'm a card reader, ngifunda amathambo, and I'm also a scholar. So I've completed my PhD in medical humanities and psychology. La khona ke ngizama ukubhala indaba zethu. I'm looking at traditional healing and how traditional healing.
Indaba zethu.
Indaba zethu. Anisabelungu basibhalela indaba zabo. Esikufundayo thina ema-university sifunda indaba zabelungu. So what I've done then is looking at African metaphysics and traditional healing with regards to psychology and mental health.
And the way you are irregular. You are a guest like
Angithi ubaba wami so mina ngoya ekhaya.
Thank you so much. You are welcome in this kitchen as always. Siyawanga khulu kuwena bhuti.
Ngaze ngakuthokozela ukuhlangana nogogo onjengalo. Umsebenzi wenzayo ngiyawuthanda. Mina ke ngimenzi wakwaMaseko ngokuzalwa ngowakwaMashu.
Yeah.
eThekwini.
Okay.
KwaZulu.
Guys, you know what KZN is the only province with the surname?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But we've rejected the surname because it's KwaZulu. uNatal sesimbeke eceleni.
Okay.
So, sebenza with the organization ekubizwa ngeKhambi Natural Healing.
Okay.
iKhambi Natural Healing neGreen Unk Works. The Institute of Africology.
Okay.
Those are the three organizations which I'm focused on in terms of imsebenzi yokuvusa isintu, to wake up the African people from various levels of illness. So siphethe iKhambi, but siphethe the psychology of Africology, what we call Africology. At the same time, siphethe lento ekuthiwa iAnk, which is usimakade umuthi wokuphila. The pillar of ubuntu bethu is the tree of life. And mandulo bibizwa ngeAnk. Symbol nje, it's called an Ank. Abanye bayayazi. Mina ngilibiza ngithi usimakade noma umlenze munye. So chaza kabanzi ukuthi lama business omathathu, ama institutions amathathu ahlangana kanjani kimina. Ngimina ngihlangana kanjani nawo ngoba ngisebenza nabanye abafowethu nodadewethu. But it's international, it's local, but it's also global. Ikona umsebenzi esiwenzayo ke lo.
Wow, babukeli bami emakhaya nizizwele ukuthi namhlanje ngiphethe izifundiswa, kodwa izifundiswa ezizosifundisa kabanzi ngesintu. Ukhulume ngosimakade, umlenze munye. Ukhulume ngokubhala, ukubhala ngathi singabantu, ukubhala ngathi singama-African. I will put it like that way. So ngokukhulu ukuzithoba, ngenkulu inhlonipho, ngokwehla ngiyanamukela. Ukunamukela kwami before we go far. I've got candles.
Beautiful.
Engizowalayitha. But before that, I need to tell our viewers, what are we talking about today? What are we discussing today? Kwenzakala. Imudi sevele yashintsha, like he say, I'm somewhere now around the world, as he said that it's internationally can be. And anyway, babukeli emakhaya, today it's all about questions. I know you all know that in this kitchen we've got a fish bowl. Of course we do have a fish bowl, but today's episode is very special. Why is special? Because the chef will be asking a lot of questions. Because the chef is confused. Not that we know everything, but we are here to assist each other. We are here ukubonisana indlela. Today, babukele emakhaya, this is very interesting. What is Ancestral Day? Where is it coming from? Who came with that? Who created the 8th of May as the Ancestral Day? I hope you guys are ready. Let me light my candles. Please think about it, because I want you guys to give an overview. Like we're talking about ancestral and spiritual. We're mixing everything today. Can we just, yes?
It's strange because the main sponsor is iCastle Mixed Out. So ngokusho kwabo bafuna ukuthi sikhumbule heritage yethu, sikhumbule ukubuyela emasisweni, sikhumbule uyazi ukuthi leli gama lithi ancestors mina liyangixaka ngoba elesilungu. Thina la eZulwini sinamathongo, sinamadlozi, sinabadala, sinabaphansi, nakhona futhi kuhlukile. Uyabona? So angeke ngikhulumele mhlambe laba baliqalile usuku, kona ngasho ukuthi ngiyalijabulela kakhulu because it's showing us ukuthi the system is no longer holding, and Africans are now searching for authenticity yabo. Ngoba mangifunda ngayo bathi no, it's a way to celebrate the African spirituality yethu.
But when sorry Gogo, umabezothi is the way to celebrate African spirituality yethu. Why now? Because I believe that we've been celebrating this.
Hey, uyazi ukuthi lo mbuzo ngibuza wona kufana nokuthi Heritage Day si celebratelani, why kubo isuku lodwa, why isn't every day ngoba phela abanye bethu siphahla every day.
Yes, that's what I want to understand. Thank you so much for raising it.
Okay, mina into engiunderstandayo ukuthi masicabanga i-social consciousness yethu sike sakhuluma before, thina abantu abampisholo, thina abantu abantsundu njengoba saba oppressed, njengoba saba colonized ngalendlela akuningi ukugula, and ukugula phela sikhuluma ngokuthi sigula emzimbeni kuphela, ukwazi ukugula ngomoya, ukwazi ukugula ngongqondo. So asithi isikhathi sakhona ngokubona izinto, the breakdown of things. COVID has shown a lot of things ukuthi the center is no longer holding. I think abantu are looking for something else, something more, something deeper, something better. Yikho ngithi mina ngeke ngikhuluma kakhulu ya capitalism, ngiyacabanga ukuthi umkhulu uzongisiza lapho socio-politically, but ngiyacabanga for me it's encouraging ukuthi kukhona abakuzama. Yasazi noma bakuzama ngendlela right, ngiyacabanga ukuthi that's why sila, that's why sizoyikhuluma whether siya understand yini ukuthi Ancestors Day ichaza ukuthini. Kodwa on a surface level I think it's a good thing abantu mabeqala bezibuza ngoba Ancestors Day is not the answer. I think it's the beginning of questioning, the beginning of ukuthi yini i-ancestors ngesilungu. Kuyafana yini nethongo, kuyafana nedlozi, kuyafana nezithunywa, yini ancestors? Angazi mkhulu uthini wena.
Hey wabeka kamnandi mkhulu. Nagogo. Ngoba ngicela uqala la kule part ye capitalism ukuthi vele i-capitalism inomthelela ezintweni esizenzayo. It has an impact. Capitalism has an impact on everything we do within our lives. Almost everything, not everything, but almost everything, because we are living in an economy which puts profit before people. Yes. So when people are affected by the profit level of the conversation, of the engagement, of the human to human engagement, the way we approach each other becomes transactional rather than relational, as we are relating. So capitalism very figure something, another element, a complicator izinto ebantwini. But to answer directly the issue of Ancestors Day, I would go exactly with the words that Gogo said, which is a good thing that something like that can be observed. Okay. But we must also be able to question things such as why the particular date, why. Be able to question without animosity, question without as if we say as we proceed, as we support something which is obviously it comes from us. If it comes from one of us, it comes from us. But we want to be engaged with enough information, with enough knowledge. Yes. So that it's not touching usuku birthday MENZI MASEKO 11 June. Yeah. A particular day which is national. Yeah. Yes, the individual is important. Does MENZI MASEKO need a national day? On his day, I must put a spin to it and say it's something. We don't want that. I'm not suggesting that Ancestor Day is so. But they have not clarified, for me, the organizers have not clarified the issue of why 8th of May. And I did ask some questions on social media, but maybe I need to direct the question directly to the organizers, because I am concerned about the particular thing. We organize our lives according to the cosmology of Africa. Cosmology means the stars, the earth, the festivals already which exist within abantu, behlangene, abenguni, abantu from different nationalities, ethnic groups, so to speak. We all have our different sacred days, but izinsuku zethu, they come from how we observe the kwenzekani in the sun. What's happening in Yangeni? What's happening in the earth? What are the trees doing?
I'm not trying to valley, but bengitele overview because manje ngiyabona ukuthi iyangena and ungena, but you know babukele emakhaya nibazwile bakhulumile izinto eziningi ezibalekile, your point and his point, that, and as you've just said ukuthi asidelele abantu, of course asidelele abantu. And you mentioned ukuthi it's beautiful because now people will question themselves as what we are doing today, because I'm giving you guys imbuzo. You understand? I am a spiritual man. I'm very young. You understand? So as a young spiritual man, I still have questions, as it was difficult for me to accept my calling because I didn't know. I had a lot of questions. So now there's something that I understand. You understand? So right now, you mentioned that, and I'm loving that point, Gogo, and we will go deeper on that one, as well as Menzi as well. We will go deeper on that one. So, guys, now, as the food is going, business of the day, let's talk now. Yeah. Guys, so that's why I'm feeling that it's so that while we are talking, so I hope you guys, oh guys, so fine. Guys, you are having this beautiful wine.
Ocean Blanc.
Yes. So it's so fine. They are sponsoring us with this. And guys, I am an ambassador for this wine. So wherever you see Chef Phathanani, wherever you see Umkhulu Phathanani,
see fine wine.
Fine wine. Like fine, darling, as you will be eating. So anyway, let's not waste time. Let's talk. And please don't mind me as much as I will be going there because I can sing me. Yes. Spuzeni futhi. Spuzeni sibe right. So of course, I'm going to have a bad sex for. Yes. So, go back. Ancestral day, ancestors, where is it coming from? Why the 8th? Like, let's go back there. Mina ngizobe nginenzela and ngizokwenza isalad yami because I will be putting red pepper, cucumber, feta cheese, yellow pepper, olive, as well as my sauce. So, back to you guys. Let's talk.
Red, green, and gold. I'm loving the combination.
It's fine, darling, but it's less kuluma as kulumeni manje boko konomkhulu.
7 colors.
Yeah.
So the significance of the date is like, well, let me take it from the very ancient Canaanite or Hebrew perspective. They used to have this thing of each and every day has its angel, and each and every angel has a color, and each and every color has a significance. It's a ray. The color is a ray of light, right? So nakuthina abantu in the South, people of the South, singabantu who apply a significance to each and every day. Lonke usuku lunokubaleka kwalo, lunamandla alo. Each and every day has its spiritual significance and potency. So just like nowadays, even ngekwesinto abantu basebenzisa amakhandlela. So you have to ask yourself, before kube namakhandlela made from wax, and all these different colors that come from India or come from China or come from the West, where did we get the candle? Where did we get the rays? Where did we get the imibala? Right.
But anyway, GOGO NOMBALA. So you need to tell us more.
I'm starting from the color spectrum so that I can get back to this issue of ancestral day. Because why it's important to understand each day, besides its historical significance, what is its spiritual and cultural, natural even significance? Because uma celebrate angiyazi ukuthi everything is working together
Yeah.
according to the energy level and according to the day, according to the frequency.
Yeah.
So that so
Ngoba the problem ne siyakuthanda ukwenza singazazi.
so that people must explain it to us before I engage in something. And if the Christians say 25th is the celebration of the birth of their Christ.
Yes.
You know, we understand Christ consciousness from maybe a different level. But when about 25th December, because it's significantly on that day. Yeah, but the Easter is significant. Muslims, they just ended their Ramadan.
Now, yes.
There's a date, there's a sighting of the moon, there's a particular star sign involved with that. So we must articulate them. We must explain them and change how to.
I think futhi nakhona lapho kumele uyabona lento ye ancestors ukuthi I-language ulimi lubalekile masikhuluma nge-ancestors ngokwesilungu sikhuluma ku-broad man kodwa mase sibuyisa ngokwesiZulu ngoba phela okay angithathe ngokwesilungu nje kukhona i-ancestor yokuthi ugogo wami owashona i-ancestor yami esegazini ancestor yami ekwi-DNA it's an epigenetic thing so ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngiphuphe ugogo mhlambe kama owayeyisangoma oway mind you futhi sinokuzitshela ukuthi ancestors bafika kwabelaphi phela ngokwami ukwazi ngokwami ukukholwa sonke sine ancestor
Of course.
kukhona elizothi phathanani mina ngeinsuku zami ngangipheka
Yes.
sengikuphi isipho sami sokuthi upheke ngeinsuku zami ngangifundisa bengisengikupha leso sipho so angazi uyabona ngifisa ukubabuza abadla Nkosi yami abantu abaqala ancestors day ukuthi bebechaza ukuthini bebechaza lamadlozi afikayo azosipha izipho bebechaza national ancestors bebechaza collective ngoba phela singasho thina mhlambe esingamaZulu for an example ngingasho mina ukuthi
Sorry Gogo ne. This is the food the sauce uzokupha umkhulu and this is yeah guys let's eat yeah anyway go back yes
ngingasho mina ukuthi umkabayi yidlozi lami because I think of her as a collective or a social or a national ancestor omunye mhlamba ngasho ukuthi sizothini ishonini okay mina ngifuna ukuthi ngikhulume ngabeZulu kuphela uyabona obhambatha omshweshwe amadlozi ethu so kahle what are we celebrating?
I love it. Like I think we are going where I want us. Siyaline ngifuna ukuthi sibe khona. I love it. And why I'm saying that, I've said it earlier on that the thing about spirituality and ancestral, those are same caliber. Guys, we've got kids. I've said it earlier on, I'm going to say it again. We've got kids. That's bazohamba lendlela esihambayo. But we don't know kuyiveza khona ngesikhathi. We've got abantu asebekhulile who are struggling to accept idlozi, who are struggling to accept who they are. So now, yes, something like this. They come to me as ugogo. They come to me as umkhulu. Phathanani. Ngicela usitshele. Libuya phi lolu suku? Ubani ozina lolu suku? Ngizothini?
The archive is there because online and on national TV and everything, Ubrada Zolani Mkiva, who I am not sure whether he's just a poet only or is also a king now, or is he a chief, but anyway, he works with Contralesa, the organization that basically organizes matters to do with traditional leadership, right? So he is the main person behind Ancestral Day, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure if he's a spokesperson only or is the inventor. But I know some other brothers of mine, like Uzanimvula Mtichwa, Uzanomoya Mtichwa, Umajoda Mtichwa from Eastern Cape, from Beaufort West, I think. Now he was instigating with his Tsamaku, with his Sankofa Institute, talking about no, we should have an Ancestor Day. So while the discussion was still going on about when to have and how to have it, well, we were still asking people to decide on which day. all of a sudden, how? While people are still discussing, Uzolani Mkiva came with the particular date, but I'm not sure if Madoda is still involved in the same thing. So I think it's a thing which is a work in progress. As the more we get clarity. As long as we get clarity.
I think Gogo is going back to you, Mauti. It's a good thing when we start the show. It's a good thing, Guti. Now people say baya born Gutukun and danger. But I think Agmele Sike Pezulu.
No.
Agmele Sike Pezulu. Let's have a clear understanding. Like honestly, I think that's the mistake we do. I feel like, me personally, I'm gonna say this. There was some exclusive, I think, dinner or lunch with milk stouts. Yes, and some of the celebrities. There is one thing that we forget, and I'm not blaming them. Celebrities, they're looking for money. They don't educate themselves, like especially to this situation. They, like, if you can call those ones, I saw some of them putting the pictures from social media and whatsoever. But my question was like, do they understand? Where is this coming from? And why? Complex. Oh, did they just say what name? I'm gonna promote it so fine wine. Oh, let me just put it on my show.
No, I think it's more complex than them just looking for money. Maybe Sister can also come in. But I wanted to just say, the sponsorship from the multinational company like SAP or Castle, what is it? Castle Stout. The sponsorship is just part of just the business. Someone finding a sponsor. My problem with that, I don't mind sponsors. You can have sponsors from anywhere. But the issue is now, is the sponsor now selling their product first rather than pushing the knowledge behind the thing. So it's just, you look for a partner that you can work with. And if any brand comes and says they will support you, it's fine. There's nothing wrong. That's a business deal. But the sponsor mustn't become the foreground. It must not become the so it must not become the primary vision. And also now we are pouring out castle mixed out for our ancestors. Which ancestors? Did my ancestor ask for castle mixed out?
I love it. I love what you just said. Wow.
Whatever brand.
I wanted to ask you something. No. No, I love what Menzi is saying right now.
I don't want to dwell in it. Okay.
Yeah. No, but I want to say something on that. You just mentioned something very important. It's like your ancestors, whatever. Guys, I want to understand something. Our ancestors, because if my mother passed away, my father passed away, my whoever, those people, they become ancestors, as far as I know. So now, what if my mother was not like getting companies? So what's going to happen on that?
Izinto zipersonal ne. I think into emnandi ngedlozi. Into emnandi ngethongo ukuthi unelakho. Kukhona ngisazi noma kusho wena mkhulu noma kusho wena mkhulu ukuthi sonke sine ancestor. And why ngithi mina ancestor is because ngokwazi kwami, okay, ngokubhala kuba bavivi omkhize, idlozi lifika kumuntu owuhlanya limphathise something. Mase sonke thina abanye angazi noma ngizothi sinamathongo noma ngizothi sinengelosi, kodwa umuntu nomuntu in the metaphysical realm has someone else looking has someone else looking after them. So yikho ke la ngithi mina khona i-Ancestors Day isivule umnyango ukuthi asibuze ukuthi,
okay, question, what is it?
Okay, are we celebrating our collective ancestors?
Positively,
are we celebrating our personal ancestors? Is it about ngoba phela enye into thina abantu sibehlupha ngokuthi asifuni ukuzenzela i-research.
Halala, yes.
So when uzojabula nje ukuthi Ancestors Day kuyagqokwa kwenziwani kuyafakwa ini awazi nokuthi wena ke nje awakha amadlozi awakha amathonga wobani ume kanjani. Okay, asithi ke sonke asinayo imsamo, awazi nokuthi amathonga esizwe ongobani. AmaZimbabweans ngiyawathanda anoQueen Nehanda, azi ukuthi uNehanda, uyabona bayazi ama Nigerian ayazi ukuthi we have the Orishas. Le ngibona mina kuyi opportunity yethu thina bantu bala eSouth Africa ukuthi okay, who are our collective ancestors? Masikhuluma ngoShaka Zulu baningi abathi hayi, masikhuluma ngomshweshwe baningi bathi hayi, masikhuluma ngoBhambatha baningi abathi hayi. So who are our collective ancestors?
I love what GOGO NOMBALA is saying, and she just mentioned that we need to know who we are. We need to know our ancestors. Abathonga ethu ukuthi kahle kahle ukhuluma ngomshweshwe, ukhuluma ngoBhambatha, ukhuluma ngani, because as I've said earlier on, we are lost, but it's fine. Sizotholakala ngekudala. So back to you, Papa.
I would say we are not all lost, but a lot of us are lost. But the lostness is caused in a cause and effect on it. The being lost is an effect of a particular cause. So what is that cause? We must ask ourselves. And what caused the uktuga, the being lost, right? So to solve the problem of why we are lost, find the root cause, right? So the root cause is loss of a particular kind of knowledge about ourselves. So, and that particular loss of knowledge came through us losing the land. And the loss of land is a loss of resources, a loss of economy, and a loss of spiritual practice. Where are we practicing our spirituality? On what land, on what grounds are we practicing our spirituality? Because a landless person cannot practice their spirituality fully. Because if you are landless, it means you are cattleless. If you are cattleless, it means you are muziless. And the Mizi Ekona, they have taken over by a different kind of religion and a different kind of faith, and a different kind of spiritual practice, which does not require some of the same articles of faith as you. But look, the church owns land in Africa, all parts of Africa. The corporations own land in Africa. Governments own land in Africa. So, a traditional person who is a healer, when the government land is owned as a private place where you cannot go and harvest, how do you act? If a particular land you are using is now a church building, how do you access that ground? If that land is owned by a corporation like SAPI or Microsoft or whoever, how then do you access? So your spirituality is a bit...
I think spirituality is it's us. But or the resources you just mentioned. But I want to ask something. Oh, Gogo, I think.
No, ukuthi uyazi ukuthi lento ekhulunywa umkhulumenzi ingikhumbuza enye into. Uyazi ukuthi angazi noma ngizothi practice yami noma ngizothi sendumbeni yami. Baningi abantu abafika abaphethwe lelidlozi ekuthiwa umndawo. Ekuthiwa idlozi lokuhamba. Nami umndawo uyena waqala waziveza kumina. Ngokuhamba kwesikhathi ngazibuza ukuthi okay, umndawo njengoba sithi idlozi lokuhamba nje, sesiyochaza kwenye show ukuthi umndawo idlozi elinjani. Umnguni uphike. Ngoba phela umnguni idlozi legazi, idlozi lasekhaya. Wakhala umnguni wathi ngizovela kanjani ngingenamhlaba.
Gogo, whoever that is watching Munchies and Thought right now, I don't have a problem because this show anyway it's all about truth, honesty. I'm gonna say this with pride. Gogo, you mentioned Umgun. Amanda, I personally, as Ingwe Yakwambatha, saying this to whoever that is watching, we need to find ourselves first. We need to understand what you just mentioned first, because we've got this thing of you know what ne ngiyotwasa uyotwasa ini uyotwasa bani utwaselani. After that, what's gonna happen? After that, what's gonna happen? Uyahamba uyofunda imithi, those abafunda imithi, but you let me tell you awuyazi. You are just doing it because you have to do it. You don't know. And again, let's stop lying to our people. Because God gave us power, our ancestors gave us power. Let's stop lying to these people who need help. Let's stop saying to them, I will help you because I'm looking imani. Guys, bazoshaya baphansi.
Babe bayashaya already. Sebeqalile ukusishaya. siyashayeka. Well, every action has a reaction.
Yes.
Angithi, every little action has a reaction. So as you were saying, talking about umdawo gogo, I would like you maybe to continue on that level about ukuthi umdawo nomnguni. Because I just thought of igqirha lendlela uqongqothwane. But can you continue on that thing of
Liqabela qithapha hayi ngiqongqothwane.
There's a key in there.